Morning, welcome, morning bean. So here's what's on my mind this morning. I'm thinking about respect again. Is it earned? Is it learned? And I lean on the side of this is something you learn as you're coming up. Manners are a sign of respect, right? This is something that is learned. Can it be earned? I don't know, maybe. But the bottom line is it's something that is learned. We're taught this. In my view, we're taught this. So here's what happened. A week or so ago, I picked up my daughter from school and she relayed to me what happened at school that day. We usually talk about these things. How was your day? What happened? Anything interesting happened? And on that particular day, something very interesting happened. Not in her class, though. She heard from her friend, because her friend was in the class, what happened. And apparently, a student got called out by the teacher about not doing what they were supposed to be doing in that particular class. And that student decided that the appropriate response was to flip off the teacher. And I was like, what? Immediately, I was like, who? Who did it? My daughter didn't know who it was. But I was like, oh my God, I can't even imagine that. I cannot imagine at this school any student ever doing that. They might, under their breath, they might, as they're walking away when they think you can't hear them, say or do something. But in all of my years subbing in this particular school, that has never happened. Never. Not even once has that happened. Generally, the students are respectful in this school. So that behavior was really just out of the ordinary. And I said, well, what the teacher do? And my daughter wasn't really sure how the teacher handled it. But the next day, the teacher wasn't there. So I'm feeling the teacher was processing this experience that she had that was clearly, and it was just an unusual experience. And this is only her, I think, second year at the school, if I remember right. I think. But anyway, it just doesn't happen. It is so unusual for this sort of thing to happen. But back to respect, I think it's something that's taught. Our parents bring us up saying, you need to say please, you need to say thank you. Hey, hold the door open for that person. That's just a nice thing to do. Doesn't matter who they are. Let that person go in front of you. We're lined up, we're in a queue for the cars and it's kind of backed up. Oh, that person needs to get in. Let them get over. We teach that to our students. We teach that to our children. That's just something we do. Now, I don't know what possessed this child, this student, to flip off this teacher and think that that would be okay. But clearly something has gone awry. And, should the teacher call out the student in front of the class? That's a whole other discussion about yes or no on that sort of thing. Bottom line is we need to show each other more respect. And that's just the way it is. I mean, we look around and there's so many situations where people just are not seeing that. And our students are not seeing that. We, in leadership, when you look at, and I hate talking about politics, but I'm going to bring it up because that's actually the best example right now. When you look at the political climate we've been in, at least since 2016, for sure, that level of decorum and respect is just absent. And it's getting worse. It's not getting better. And so our students, if we think that they don't see this and they're not paying attention, we're wrong. It's like that little kid who suddenly drops an F-bomb because they heard you drop an F-bomb and you're like, oh my God. You thought they weren't listening. They're listening and they're watching. And that's the lesson that they're getting. They're getting the lesson that says, I can do whatever the F I want, and I can be really disrespectful to this person, and it doesn't matter. And there won't be any accountability because, look, there's no accountability for that person over there. So why would I have to be held accountable? If that person can do it and look at them, I should be able to do it. If they can create all this chaos and crimes and be convicted of shit, I should be able to get away with it too. Even this little small thing like flipping off this teacher. No, I don't know about you, but that's not the place that I want to be living in. I want to live in a place where people actually care about each other, respect each other, look out for each other. Like the old school neighborhoods, like where I grew up, old school neighborhoods where you came in when the street lights went on, parents looked out for other people's kids. You knew if you did something, that parent saw you, they were going to say something to your parent, right? That was community. That was people looking out for each other. And personally, as a kid, I didn't always like it, but now I look back and go, damn, that was a really good approach. that probably kept me out of a lot of trouble. Just knowing those things kept me out of a lot of trouble. Anyway, that's what's on my mind this morning. And now I'm going to go shift gears and get to work on my novel. You have a great day. See ya.